Hello, everybody. I hope we're doing well. Today we're gonna go and chop down a lot of trees. We're gonna get some wood. I think to make the fence look aged for this farm, we're going to go with a few different types of wood. I mean, we mainly, we have oak wood here, and we also have the birch wood. There's some dark woods and stuff like that around too, but I mainly kind of want to just stick to these ones. I'm going to chop down an ungodly amount of trees, so that way I can make a very large fence to completely cover all of these animals in and keep our walkway so clear. And then I'm going to come back and then we're going to actually get started with everything. It's going to be a fun episode. I'm really looking forward to making the pens, designing everything, making it look good. And then getting animals in, so we can start, we don't have to worry about food anymore now. We just have to worry about the basic level ups and the progression in Minecraft that comes with trying to get to the Ender Dragon. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just keep on mining away. And, oh, there's a creeper down there. And, yeah, well, I'll periodically chime in if there's something interesting that happens. But for the most part, I'm going to do this and I'll be back. Alright. We have arrived at the coast, and I have ran out of my pickaxe. So we have 2 full stacks of 64 of the oak logs and only 33 of the birch. I mean, I kind of figured we were going to get more of one or the other. Before I go back home, I was already here to mine sand the other day. And I know this is about where we started on day 1. But I wanted to see if there was anything that I can see easily in the water. Boat wreck or anything. Look at this mountain coming into view. Look at that thing. That thing is a monster. When this game first came out, if you were to tell me that it would eventually progress to where it has mountains like that in it, I would have probably laughed at you. I would have said that there's no way it's possible. That's what I love about Minecraft. It's always changed. It's never been the same. And you could build on that mountain. You can build on that mountain. You could build a bridge between those mountains. You could build between these mountains. Yeah, literally the options are endless. You could do anything you want to do in this game. And that's one of the biggest things I've always liked about Minecraft. Hello, sea turtles. I like turtles. Okay. Let's go back and let's start the process of getting our farm nice and ready. Okay, before the sun goes down, because that's what's happening right now, I'm going to give a quick little brief view of what I want to do. So I'm going to try to keep... What I might have to do is I might have to cut a lot of this dirt down. I want this to all be one level plane. That way it's easier to keep an eye on things. But I'm going to keep a path from the house, kind of like a path that it'll come out of these doors and it'll kind of like drift this way slowly. And then that side we're gonna have animals, and we're gonna have animals on this side too. And we're gonna probably end it like over here, because over here obviously we have like a drop off, and over there is right where there's a cave. But I think the idea is going to be just to kind of make this look, kind of make it look neat and unique. And actually, I could probably take this path out and go that way and that way. But then I'm going to seal it all up with fences. And then I'm going to put poles with lights on it. That way it prevents any spawning up here. And then our spawn problems with mobs up here are done. And I can get rid of these. I mean, snowberries, I think they give you food. I could be wrong. I think they give you something like food, and they call it, yeah, sweet berries. Okay, so they give you like half. Worth picking up? Not really, but they're good to help out, and if you need a little base defense type of thing, those are really good to help out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the next phase of things started, and then I will follow up when that's ready. pathing always makes things look even better in my opinion. And there really isn't any longer process in this game than chopping dirt down. Dirt, like doing digging in this game is so long. But it's all going to be worth it. Alright. Darkness has fallen. And we... Oh, man. So the amount of mobs we get up here, there's one thing that I'm having an issue with. We have a lot of mobs that could be very, very, very useful if utilized the correct way. I'm just wondering how we can utilize them. We could potentially, if you are able to cure a zombie villager, you can give him any job. You can assign him to be a librarian if you would like. If he's a librarian, he has a chance of having the mending skill book, which mending is a very, very important skill book to get. And I think that might be something worth trying to get. Not tonight, but eventually, maybe the next night. I'll see, because I want to do a few more things outside. I want to get some of the more of the ground ready to go before I start laying more stuff out for this animal farm. But I'm thinking, if possible, if we could use a zombie villager and turn him back into a normal villager, we would be doing pretty good. I think you have to, like, make sure they have beds. I mean, you could even get two. That's how people make villager holes. As long as you can get a zombie villager in your base, you can have pretty much the option. I mean, the opportunity there could also be as endless as if you went to a village by itself. So that's another idea to consider. Creepers are really bad up here. This is a very active part of the map. Obviously they're closer to you, so they're gonna want to naturally be around where you are. But it just seems like there's so much more going on here. It's like zombies and creepers and all sorts of stuff everywhere. Go ahead and fill this in because we're not gonna see this anymore. We're actually at the point now where my shovel is just about to break. I would like to say that I'm able to continue chopping this stuff down, because this is the last bit of what I want to have done. I want this whole area flat. Yes, I know some people don't like flat terrain in this game, and I think it does give it kind of a natural look if this is all flat. But it helps you get an idea of what's around you, and that's what's important to me. I'm not going to go as far as, tear this all down one more level. I think that would be kind of stupid. I like to keep it somewhat elevated, so we're going to keep it where it is now. But I'm going to make another shovel. I'm going to tear down the rest of that over there, and then we're going to get started on the pens. So stay tuned. Okay, so we finally have succeeded in our task of basically changing this entire area here. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. It's a good thing that some things I think are definitely reportable. Some things, however, cannot. They just take way too long. Some of these paths I'm just gonna kind of make. They meet up with our path here. Fill in some of the holes, but I would like to try to make it look somewhat uniform. But gonna need more shovels. Anyway, let's get down to it here. We have this area over here is gonna be a pen. So we are going to go make sticks. I'm gonna make some food to eat so I can run. But we're gonna make sticks. We're gonna start laying down fencing, and we're gonna start getting our, everything kind of all together, all ready to go. First things first, though, I do need to make another chest. I need wood. I need wood really bad, because I need to make another chest, basically. There's nothing else I can really say about it. I have to have another chest, otherwise I am not putting anything anywhere, because I have dirt filling up everything right now. There we go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I can only do it by 1. So, yeah, I have a lot of dirt. ton of dirt from all that. There's a ton of dirt. And I can pick up even more if I wanted to, but I don't. Because I already have too much dirt. And I want my hoe back. Much better. Okay. So, what I need to do now is just put some of this stuff in where that was. Because I don't need any of those things yet. I have to really focus on making my sticks for my fences, because your fence posts, oak fences, are sticks and wood, so you need more sticks and more wood and 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 more wood and then more sticks and then more sticks and then more wood. So we're just gonna make a few blocks of these, and then we're gonna make some sticks. Oh, wrong button. Let's put some of this stuff in here real fast. While we're doing that part of things, let's put some light in there. Let's shut the door too. I don't want anything to come in here when I'm doing this. Alright, I'm gonna grab light piece, and then we're gonna start doing this, and then we're just gonna start making a bunch of these fences. Fence. Lots of fences. All of the fences. There's a lot of fences here. Beautiful. Because we need a lot of fencing. So we are going to start on the fringe here. And we're just going to kind of work our way around. Eventually, I'm going to have it to where I have something built out that direction. I want to build like a little watchtower or something out there. I think that'd be really cool too to have. But for now, I'm just going to get the rough outline of the fencing up. And then we're just going to kind of go around there, and we're going to fill out what needs to be filled in. And we're going to go from there. Alright, we had to go to bed. It was late already again. As you can kind of see, this is kind of like the shape. Now, it looks a lot bigger than it truly is. It's not that big when you take a step back and look at it, which is fine. I mean, that gives you time. There's definitely, down the road, it'll definitely be nice to expand it. I could be making it larger if I had the fence posts outside of the squares instead of like in the squares, but I would rather just have them kind of like this. I think that it looks probably better for whoever's sake, but I'm not gonna like sit there and let me grab this piece real quick. I don't want to have it like so sharp right there to where it's just like one and done. You're gonna put that there. It's coming together. Boom, just like that. Boom, boom. Oh, well, that ain't good. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Here, let's do that. Let's put that fence post in there, and nothing can get in there. Beautiful. All right. Oh yeah, I gotta eat my pork chops. Gotta get some stamina back so I can run around and do the other side of this one. So there's that side. So now we have to do the other side. And the other side I'm actually going to incorporate some of this area with too, because I don't want to lose all of this area. You know, I want to keep it open for the future expansions and whatnot. So I'm just gonna go around and do this side as well, a little closer to my house, so nothing gets back in this area. A large part of why I'm doing this is just to prevent spawning in here in general. It's going to take a lot of torches and a lot of lights, but you know, it's one of those. It's like a project. You know, that's what Minecraft is. You start a project, you work on your project, you complete your project, you take a step back, and you're like, wow, look at what I've done. I built something really cool, and then you build it again. And then you keep building until you are tired of building, or you have nothing else that you can think about to build. And luckily, if you have a decent imagination, you can probably come up with 100 different things to build in this game. This game is truly why I think it stands the test of time, is it is incredibly limitless with what you can do. Never, ever, ever a time where it's like you don't know what you can do. You always have something you can do. So we're gonna go around, and I think I'm gonna have to make more. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go make more. We're almost done though. We're almost there. Okay. So the exterior fencing is now complete. I can be thankful and proud of that. The exterior fencing is good. Now we have to make some of the interior fencing and some of the other gates for each pen, because there's going to be gates, obviously, for each animal that we bring in. We're going to have a gate that we have to open. So we're just going to try to grab a few more of these. I think, honestly, I don't think I'll need more. If I need more oak doors, I'll make more of those. Obviously, we're gonna keep these chickens in the house. I don't know why. They've been here for so long at this point in time. I feel guilty putting them out anywhere else. There was 3 in there. Plus, I mean, these chickens alone. I mean, we're making eggs upon eggs down here, and they're going at it. So let's see if there's another chicken we can have hatch. Okay, well. No kidding. No more chickens, but that's fine. Yeah, we still have these 3, but we're gonna make more chickens outside. Of course, it has to be raining. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I'm going to need, first thing. I don't know why I do this. You know, when you like start to do a project, and you're like, this is all I need. I have everything I need, and then you're like, oh crap! Actually, I need to run back and grab something else. Okay, so I'm running out of the ability to make fences, so I am probably gonna have to go back out again off camera and get more wood again so I can make more fences, because now I may have the outline done, but now I have to make the line on the inside, and each open area through here I want to have as a different type of animal. So we'll be able to go off of kind of like here, but I want to make like, you know, I want to make some of this we're going to have up through here. So we're going to make our little path up through here. We're just going to kind of freewheel it first. We'll make up a little bit over that way. Kind of get an idea of what's going on over yonder at night time. But we're going to make this, and we're going to make this, and we're going to cut that, we're going to cut that, we're going to cut that, and we're going to cut that. Open it up. Okay. We're going to have a fence and an enclosure here and an enclosure here. And then we're going to kind of go down this way. And then we're going to have a fence. Oh, more seeds. Seeds are helpful. And we're going to have an enclosure over here. So I had to make another iron shovel. The shovels go by a lot when you're making these types of setups, but it's fine. Okay, and then I want to have a split through here. Right about through here. That should make enough room. Then we're going to have a fence on this side and a fence on this side. We're going to have a fence down there, but that's going to be like maybe like a horse pen or something. I don't know what that's going to be entirely yet. We're going to come up over here. We're going to finish this one out over there. And I want to break. This one's going to be kind of like a lot more pens are going to be over here. So we're going to do one here. We're going to have a little pen there, which, I mean, we could probably put the chickens there. What? No, the chickens. We'll have sheep here. And we're going to fence this part off here. And then this part through here is going to be... maybe we'll put the chickens here. So we'll do something like this. We'll just kind of fence it off there. And then we'll run this down there. We fill that hole in. And then we're going to start outlining and getting the final touches ready for the enclosures. And then we're going to find our animals, which is going to be the longest part by far, is finding all the animals. And we also have to make the food to attract said animals into the pens. And then we have to come up with lighting so we don't get monsters in them. So there's a long list of things left to go, but we're gonna keep on moving. Also, we also have the donkey, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty, freebie. I'll be back. All right, another day, some more work to be done. So there wasn't really anything that spawned in last night as I was working on stuff, so that was kind of nice. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It's going to be too much for this cow to stay in here though while I'm doing this, so I'm not looking forward to him. I don't think he's going to stick around, to be honest with you, but it'd be kind of cool if he did. So yeah, we're just going to start, laying out the fences. I want this to be, I don't want it to be very, closed off. I want it to kind of feel like, they have some lived in happy things. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say. I don't want it to look so, brazen, like they're just thrown in here and, we're just going to kind of eat them. Originally, I wasn't going to plan on keeping this as my main base, but the more work I put into it, the more I realize that I don't mind the idea entirely of this being, being the base that is my, not my last base, but a base that I stick with, at least for the foreseeable future while I'm doing all this stuff. But we have right now, we have this cow. So he's like our first little farm animal in here. I'm going to try to see if I can find more cows. But for now we have one cow in there. And this little area here, we're going to make into our next pen. This one is probably going to be, so we have cows. So we'll do sheep here. I'm gonna run out of fence posts, I think, before. No, I'll probably be able to finish this one too. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to fix that one. Donkeys. That's what's gonna be in this one. A donkey. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I gotta break this up. So I'm going to keep laying some of these out. I'm actually probably going to go get more wood today. And then I'm going to continue to, work on the pens, get the pens all ready. And, keep going towards that goal of having this done. So I'll check in a little bit. So I added some temporary lighting in. The torches on the fence won't stay there forever. Once I have the ability to make, the iron bars and hanging lanterns, I want to do that. But for now, this is just to keep stuff from spawning in here. So as of right now, this entire area should be completely spawn-proof. And I know I said I was going to try to get a zombie villager in here, and I might still try to do that. But for right now, I really just wanted to have all this squared away, and our cow is gone, and our donkey's gone, and that one just spawned in, but I think they're going to change no matter what, because I'm going over here to start getting more wood now, after I make my axe and stuff, so, but that's just the follow-up for this so far. We've established this now, so we're getting there. The amount of mobs that are outside looking to try to get in here, look at them all, they're everywhere. They can't get us because they're naturally a block lower, which down the road I would like to make a moat type of thing. Like 2 blocks lower, but there's the next pen up. And we're going to go get more, well, we're going to go to bed so I can go get more wood so I can do the next pen. I decided to do that one with the birch. That might change down the road. I thought it would look kind of better. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look good either. So we're going to go to bed and we're going to wake up and we're going to go get more wood. And again, we've broken our iron axe. What do we get? We got, so the average rate, I think it's like 128 blocks, isn't it? 64 is what, 128, yeah. 128, 132 if I didn't bring anything else. So, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. Look at the baby horse. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. It's too bad I can't, like, get them. It's really weird when you bring the animals into your farm. They're your animals, and they don't like despawn. But when you are in here, they despawn. Very exciting. I like to have my animals around. So I'm just gonna check to see how many apples we had. We got some of those. Okay, so I am going to make these fences, and we're gonna finish setting up the fence posts. Okay, so we slept through the night. We went and got everything else we needed, and I'm going to show you a quick little tour. We have our farm, obviously, which we're about to really start progressing fast, you know, because we have enough supplies not to do so. But I'll show you what I did. I added some textures into the pathways to make them look kind of more realistic. You know, maybe like at one point in time we had cobblestone here, but it's kind of kicked down, degraded to gravel, and then down to dirt. Some animals go in the pens, but I noticed they don't stay long. I think it's because I have to be the one that feeds them. But when I get more gravel and more cobblestone, I'm going to fill more of this and kind of give it more of a lively function. Over here, I decided not to put anything in because this could be a barn. This could be something else for horses, or the barn could go over there, and I could extend it this way. But I want to keep a few gates open to go to the outside. So I was thinking, like, keep this open. I think I like the idea of that being there. And then this over here, I've yet to figure out what I'm going to do with any of this, to be honest with you. There's a few different things I know off the top of my head I could do, but it's just a matter of getting the materials. I'm not playing on creative, and I haven't this whole time. So everything that I do here takes time. It's harvesting, it's finding, it's, you know, there's all sorts of stuff that I have to do. So trying to get everything all together is definitely sometimes a challenge. That's the largest part of building, especially when you're building some of these things with it. I've been building them. It doesn't get easier when you have larger builds to do. So eventually this will get filled with animals. For now, I'm just happy where it's at. I'm going to continue to mine. We're going to go see if we can find anything else down below. Maybe some more diamonds so we can keep that going. And then we'll just have this as a, you know, residual project to make sure these pens get filled. I left some of these are big for a reason. I figured we could have our chickens will go over here. We're going to have our cows back here because we're going to need a lot of cows. Plus, it just gives them a lot of room. Makes it look slightly more humane. Our sheep, because our sheep are really not to murder. To harvest. Our sheep are to collect wool. And then we'll have our pigs in here. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this one yet. I figured out. Oh, wait, no. That's going to be the chickens. Never mind. I'm backwards. Chickens, pigs, cows, sheep. I'm forgetting one, aren't I? That's fine. I probably made too many extra pens. There's a lot of new animals in this update, and the way that the game is now, and if I could bring some of them back here, that'd be cool. And then maybe barn in the future. So I'm going to leave this episode here. I think that we have done enough with everything. I think that we have made it look about as cool as it's going to look with the things that I have until I get more materials. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. I appreciate everyone so much for watching. You know, we got better things coming. We're going to have all these filled. We're going to have a lot of things to do. I want to eventually build a house that's not this little shelter. I might even build it up in the sky. But keep this as, like, the way to get into the house that's in the sky as, like, an homage to where we started. You know, when we were hiding up here to, like, see what was going on. Back before we had this amount of security and safety. I mean, this is a very giant safety net here, so. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much again for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next video.